Passion is what drives men. Whatever you are not passionate about, you can hardly accomplish. Passion is a force. When it comes upon a man, he loses control. When the passion for God's presence takes hold of you, nothing else matters to you. That's why a songwriter says, I put you in front of my melody. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. That is a guy that is being driven by passion. Nothing matters to him. In those days when we newly gave our lives to Christ, one of the favorite songs in the church was, take the whole world and give me Jesus. Take the whole world and give me Jesus. Take the whole world and give me Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. But new generation Christians have messed up that song. They say, how can you say Satan should take the whole world? For what? And give you only Jesus. They don't understand the revelation in that song. The writer means, I am so passionate about him that nothing else matters to him. Give me Jesus. It's like the story we are told about a wealthy man who died, but he had an only son. And he willed everything he had to his servant. And when the man died, the only son came. I don't know the rift between him and his father that made the father willed everything he had to his servant. Probably that guy caused his father heartbreak. And the father, in order to punish him, willed everything to his servant who was loyal to him. And the guy reacted and said, no way, you can't take what my father has. I am his rightful son. And the elders came into the matter, summoned the two of them, and said, okay, what we are going to do, looking at the will of your father, your father has written that everything he owns belongs to the servant. So, because we know you are the rightful son, bona fide son of your father, true son of your father, we want to give you the opportunity to pick one thing. It is just out of the generosity of the elders, and also by the servant also being somehow compassionate. Because what is written on the will is that everything the father owns belongs to the servant. They can go to law court and the guy won't have a case. But the servant said, no problem. And the elders told him, just pick one thing. Take one thing. If it's building, if it's the one in VI, take. If it's the one in Magodo, take. But you must not take two. One. If it's a car, take one thing. If it's money, then mention the bank. Just tell us, the money my father has with Zenith Bank or GT Bank, that is the one I want. So whatever that is there belongs to you. Then the servant owns the rest. And the guy looked up, looked down. Look at the buildings the father has. Look at fleets of cars. Look at money everywhere. Landed properties everywhere. And he looked at the servant. He said, okay, I know what to pick. They said, mention it. He pointed at the servant. He said, I pick him because my father owned him. He's part of my father's property. Why? The will says everything the father owns has been willed to the guy. So if I take possession of him, indirectly I have taken over everything my father has. Everybody became quiet. That is wisdom. That is wisdom. So the songwriter was saying, the earth is of the Lord and the fullness thereof. If I get him, I get everything. So, meaning, Satan, just give me the one who owns the whole world. Give me him. Because devil does not understand that aspect of mathematics. So, take every other thing, give me Jesus. Because in Jesus is everything. If I have him, I have everything. You can't have him and lack anything. You can't have him and end life in shame. Today, new generation Christians are running after things. The formula of the kingdom is in Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. And every other thing you are pursuing after, we begin to run after you. What others are running after, we turn around to run after you. Meaning you will succeed without struggle. You will see yourself stepping unto greatness, unto greater heights without struggle. Moving from one level to another higher level without struggle. What others struggle to achieve will come your way without struggle. That is that formula. But today we run after things. We don't mind about getting God first. So passion is what drives men in the kingdom. Every great man in God's kingdom is being driven by passion. Divine presence is an outstanding element for greatness in life. Divine presence is an outstanding element for greatness in life. We cannot fulfill our purpose in life without God's presence. We live in the world of spirits. I say that again. We live in the world of spirits. If you are not connected to God, you can be deleted. There are spirits in this world. And when you are connected to the spirit that controls the spirits, you'll be unstoppable. So you can't fulfill your destiny, no matter how great your destiny is, you can't fulfill it without God. Anything outside his presence leads to struggle and pain. In fact, it opens you up for the enemy to mess up your life. That's why divine presence is very important in everyone's life. When you connect to his presence, your life will begin to make sense. And I pray for you today, by the reason of this encounter tonight, this year, your life will make sense. I don't like your amen. This year, your life will make sense. Bankruptcy of divine presence is the reason why a lot of Christians are stagnated in life. Bankruptcy of divine presence is the reason why so many Christians are stagnated in life. The enemy is aware of the value God's presence puts on your life. And that is why he keeps distracting us with the mundane things of this world, material things of this world, things that do not matter. A couple of years ago, around 2003, I had a great man of God preaching. And he said, everything he has, both cars, buildings, money, that God threw them at him. He said he has never struggled to build a house. He has never struggled to buy a car. It's everything he has today, and he's massively blessed. Everything he has today, God threw them at him. And I got home with that revelation. And I said to God, so you can throw blessings on people without them struggling to get those blessings. So you can throw blessings to people. And I began to pursue after God. Any great man or great woman in God's kingdom has a secret. And one of the greatest secrets is their connection to divine presence. And I want to trigger this passion in your heart tonight to go for God. In Nigeria, when Super Eagles are having match, there will be adverts all over the place saying, go, Super Eagles, go for gold, go for gold, go for gold. Because their target is to motivate them to get the cup. But tonight I came to motivate you to go for God. Because in God, you will find all the gold. If you get the gold without God, it will amount to vanity upon vanity. But when you get God, in God, you will have all the gold. You can't serve God and end life empty. It is not possible. I want to share with us briefly before we pray factors that trigger divine presence, that trigger your passion for divine presence. Factors that trigger your passion for divine presence. The first factor that provokes passion for divine presence is your love for God. Your love for God. Your love for God is what triggers passion for his presence. Like you talk about football fans. It is their love for football that triggers their passion. That grace about that game. I can't see myself going to a viewing center, sit down, pay money to watch football match. For me to even sit at home, sit in my sitting room, in front of a television, watching a match, that match must be Nigerian match. That is me for you. I don't have a club side. Those of you who are killing yourself over Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, Barca, that is your trouble. I have no club side. Ask me now to begin to list out the names of all those heavyweight players, apart from the ones that are generally known. I will mention Messi and the others. My problem is that when you begin to ask me their club side, that is confusion. That is confusion. Why? Because I don't have passion for that. I don't have passion for that. I can't sit back at home because Arsenal want to play with Man U. How does it concern me? But there are those that it concerns because that is what drives them. That is what attracts them. That is what their heart yearns for. So, whatever that attracts you, that is what gets your attention. When it comes to relationship, when it comes to love affair,